Aurora myth of new creation. Now, there's a very important point we got to make today. So apparently, the reason why we're having so much trouble in igniting mission and everything is the whole bifurcation of planetary energy towards masculine power and power over by the whole Adam and Eve initial onslaught with the initial reason why God to begin with had to even create Adam versus Lucifer, which was literally the silent fight over me. Like Aurora's there, then there's God, there's Lucifer, and then there's Adam. And then each one of them started to develop a different sort of consciousness, and they're trying to get my consciousness to match one of theirs by using other females that they program to be killer on just the worst type substance, steroid or whatever, to want at any cost play this game. For any female to accept to be driven around in vans anywhere I am located so that they can get fornicated, or nearby to usurp my energy to use for the next round, be it like the fake wedding, the fake opening of businesses, blah, blah, blah. So now, what we're going through, my initial awakening and my initial onslaught in Shasta, like my reawakening when I first heard Aurora, that's my initial comeuppance. Like that was final events, Shazam, oh my God. Guess what? Dima Tabrawi now shifted to her highest vision Aurora after all the sessions and all the work she's done. Ye the fuck up. Now instead, the whole team there was only hired to rob that moment, kick me out, and then tap into the next what they can steal from me, which was the baby. So mother of new creation. And then, so they made me sign that my maiden name because they had already given Aurora to someone else. So they have been manipulating my ethers, my dreams, and my reality, which has been very difficult for me and the Confederates to get to the point where we delete all the timelines at the beginning of time that are not of me and reinstitute all the correct timelines. Now, also for you all to know why there are so many challenges in this situation is because also when I got to Moss Creek from Sarasota, which I had already been infiltrated over there by the Amber thing, meaning the Mary, like they had hired Mary at Earth Origins to be the next coming manager, and she was a thief with a Puerto Rican Gilberto. So these people like Puerto Rico, Miguel, and Amber, these people have been on my cases before I ever met any of them. I didn't even know their names or nothing about them. They were already planning on how to use me to do all the work, to then get all that power into another body and give her my destiny, and then another one my baby, and then at the end try to force me into back in as who they want me to be, to give me part of the whole, to avoid the resurrection and whatever else. So they had an agenda for a long time, since the 843 manipulation, infiltration of my mother for the purpura, Julia Roberts, instead of Romeo and Juliet, and then Robert going, and then the lawyer now, Roby, Binkley, whatever, and then the predestination or predestiny that decided that they're gonna kill the mom with the FBI this way, and then whatever else, and then. So since I went back over there from Moss Creek via 911 George Maloof in Brazil, who was talking to Jason Ayers and David Rogers at Moss Creek at that point, that's why they had killed Rafiq Hariri while I was still in college and made me participate in all the woohoo demonstrations in order to then name the airport Rafiq Hariri International Airport, in order to ease the Sunnite Islamic infiltration of the divine plan, for them to be easier for them to traffic all these girls inside the airport under my identity for years, for them to rob the divine plan for the Muslim situation. So by the time I was in Moss Creek, and then they had me go there, and it was a lie. They're like, go see your mom. They knew it was never going to happen. They knew they was going to keep me away. in a location where they was infiltrating me through red laser light, and like it was next to the American embassy and next to like some army bases over there and whatever else. And they had like a fox like frozen in the fridges, a lot of black magic in there. I was on doing the magic as I went along and painting a lot and everything. Now while these events were happening, they already had been entering in the House of the Future Victoria Diaz, Amber Dawn Galardia, Christina Pushkina, and they would all use them as, you know, Dimata Brawi, like, you know, alternative papers, and I don't know the sequence of how, when they let them in and whatever else. But they were all trafficked through Beirut, Hariri, Rafiq International Airport, and there was all those rituals since then. So they would be spying on me years, including when I went there with Billy and my dad booked us a room somewhere else. It was only to spy on us sexually. So my father is a guy. He's not a very, you know, so-called good guy. I mean, he's encouraging trafficking of his own, you know, lying to incorporate different women to give my, and then try to prove me crazy. They had me sign that paper that I'm, oh my God, crazy with Billy, and then they forced me to sign that I have mental whatever, which I really don't. It was a fake psychotherapist that was only there to take my information to transmit to other chambers where they were having orgies, whereby my cousins had already met me at Frankfurt airport, looked me straight in the eye, make pretend they don't even know me. My biological paternal cousins. So God even knows what they put in my airport flight from Frankfurt to Beirut, food or drinks. For when I got there, even when I arrived and the people saw me, they're like, Israel, at the airport. This agenda is anyways duality. It's based on politics and separation, and it doesn't even exist. So you can't tell me, if I grew up on this side of the street, call it something and then take my fortune, chop it off to several people that never even earned it, that was just trafficked in the house because they were banging my uncles and ritualizing my mother to take her power, to then create and then steal all the work I've already done, because it's all me. It's my lyrics, it's my movies, it's my songs, it's my artists, it's my Hollywood, it's my Vivo, it's my everything, it's my lyrics, it's all me, my industry. So for them to have used David Rogers, to also have used him over me, 53 years older than me, or 2, or 35, whatever. He was 52 when I met him, I was 24 or so. To use this guy's power over and lies over me, for him to have already been planning on give all the energy to and power to Amber and Christine, and only God knows who was like driving by on siesta and doing all these orgies and stuff, rituals nearby and wherever. So there's the story. They were trafficking these girls since forever, and now these girls, I don't even know how much data my father gave them. Maybe he gave them all my art from like when I painted there also. So they have stole all my art from when I painted here in Moss Creek, down here in Ocean Dunes, down in Silver Springs, up in Hollywood, down in Beirut. He might have given them everything. They've already had all the like MacBook Pros that I left at Moss Creek at David Rogers, all the like memory there. Then the MacBook Pro that Miguel Lambo stole all the information of, and he's a liar. He makes pretend he's a light worker. He's not. He's like, oh, I'm gonna delete all your files so that you have an empty slate so that you can begin again without an ego. He stole everything to give to someone else. That's ego. You know, then to use evidence against me, then to prove that I'm insane. That's real ego. That's bullshit. That's insane, and he's not a light worker. Anybody following these groups, you know, they stole sexual power. They're trying to deceive everybody, make pretend some people that are not Aurora are Aurora, and it's all a lie. And that's the like big story. So we're having now trouble making ends meet because they infiltrated etherically so bad with black magic and everything. Now the galactics know exactly what they're doing, and I'm using my leisure contact on it almost daily. And the more I'm finding anchors that are like, you know, sharp and intel and quick, we're really advancing a lot more now on mission with my divine masculine consciousness that are taking it all in supremely well. I do wish to work with divine feminine consciousness as well. I'm meeting some couples sometimes and giving, you know, innuendos and cards, but for the most part, everybody's programmed to be playing the political game of, you know, oh, what's your name today? They all, you know, it's all the game to everyone, which it's really not in true terms. So that's the master fraud, in the human trafficking, in the ritualistic behavior. So on my perspective, what I tell, you know, the United States government is I applied in 2017. Aurora Diamond Rainbow. Now, the reason why I didn't receive that first, and then I would have either way, had I received it or not. I didn't plan on marrying, and I mean, I don't marry cheaters anyway. If I stay with people that I'm given a chance to be on mission with me, and if they fail that, they have no right to then take that on and marry someone else. And that's like trespassing. That's like boom, 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 red alert. That should have been gone. That's the wrong timeline. Chap, delete. The real timeline is I applied. The American government has to go, oh my God, we sorry, we love you. Here it is. Here's your paper. And then I would have anyways went on traveling alone. I was gonna go on mission, and I still need to be now all over. I can't be restrained this way because of some girls who have an ego and who went to my mom's house and participated in orgies with my uncles. It's not my problem. I did not create this. They agreed, they accepted, they signed the dotted line, they accepted to enter an airport under someone else's name without my permission and be used as sex frauds. You have a problem, you go somewhere else. That's not my problem, and I'm not gonna play that game because I was never playing it anyway. I walked out the door, head held high, because I never did any of this stuff. So, I have it in me. It was supposed to be my mother and I. They cut the connection to fraud the world and turn it into a prostitution perversion of an Islamic-based fake heaven with like Muslim husbands who have like 4 wives and 15 baby mamas and a harem, and like that is bullshit. There is nothing divine about that. So here's the story. Here's how it went. Now they're like trying to chop it off. I'm gonna keep this up until I retain my full power. And they have to understand there's one me, and I am the resurrection. So all this is all me, and I ain't sharing. Everyone else is welcome to take their stuff, mind their own business, stop spying on me, stop projecting on me, stop trying to match my sexuality, stop all this. Whatever you got is on you. I don't want to know you, and I don't know you, and you can't force me to know you, and you already failed at all this. So here's the story, Morning Glory, and apparently they're making up a lot of lies about me at court, endorsed by a lot of liars. Absolution now on all grids. Thank you all for listening, for tapping into this energy. So my point was, okay, Aurora, Diamond, Rainbow, and then I had the Morning Star in Florida. And then I work with myself on my own journey accordingly wherever I go. Oh, it's the United States of America. Normally you're in Texas, the lawyer can call you, say, oh, here's the nearest USCIS for your interview. Oh, now you're here. You accommodate. It's a civilized, powerful, most powerful on earth nation that should care about their citizens and their whereabouts and their efforts on mission to Americanize and lead the world into the light of pursuit of happiness and freedom. And this is what I do. I take myself and I go for it, and I keep on fighting. I don't sit there and open my legs and try to get some guy to give me somebody else's stuff and then try to prove that with their dad that I'm, this has been too long of corruption. This is not for the United States of America. This agenda is not American. That has to go. Because this is the United States of America, and I welcome and enjoy and cherish all my freedom fighters and everybody standing for the truth and the light, and all these players from Heather to Tatiana to Amber to Coristan. I know each one of them also has a consciousness that they think their way, according to them, if they convince some cops and some authorities that that's the way I should go, that route to go with them. I have my own route. All of you gotta go. All you took the wrong turn, you spoke to the wrong lady, you gotta go. Everyone. And then the whole thing was an arrangement between my uncles when they came for my grandmother's funeral. It was on purpose to get me to leave, for them to do this agenda of like multiplicity and whatever. And they also wanted to marry me. They were the ones who wanted to marry me to Islam a long time ago, or to some like old person who will die soon and then I get some money. They've always wanted me to be diminished and to never remember my power, and the poisoning's still going on. It's like been hell. But I am so divinely protected and led on, so I do thank all in creation for this marvelous feat. It is the 3rd of March. I know most of you don't even know most of these things. Now you do. So now you do. So this is going to have to dismantle and go. And I thank you in advance.